All right, good morning. Be doing an update on Harpoon Therapeutics. Ticker's HARP. They had an update on from Ash on HPN 217. Got some solid data coming from the relapsed refractory multiple myeloma presentation. It was only a poster presentation, but the data was good. Looks like it appears that some other people were getting involved on Thursday and Friday last week. A few you guys in the marketplace service reached out to me about potentially making a move on it. I thought the first 2 days, Thursday and Friday, was like, we're getting close. We're probably going to see some positive data, and then maybe see it get above 170 or by target one. But I was not expecting getting close to 2 here. Was it possible? Yeah, the daily's way outside the monthly Keltner channel, so this is a strong snapback move. So it is a solid setup. We're starting to see the monthly starting to curl up on the RSI. So I'm not flabbergasted by the move. It makes sense. We're coming up into some support, which will probably be resistance now. So this might be the end of the move for today. They are doing an update later today at 4:30. The company's going to do, I'm sure they're going to do some Q&A with street analysts over the results and what they're planning on going forward. This is the company's, I guess you would say, is their leading program. It's the most mature, I believe, in terms of clinical development. It is a partnered program with AbbVie, I believe. Go back and take a look, but the data was good. The other good thing is that this is a dose escalation, so this is really early on. So we're not seeing. I see this as a good thing, which is, I think with the, let me say, getting their dosage down and the dose timing, getting that all figured out for their next stage is important, and the fact that I think they have it is important, because I think that improves the likelihood that the trial will be a success. They don't have to go back and then adjust. We know now this is one of the things. I'm going to go down a rabbit hole a little bit, which is the market needs to see just clean wins from preclinical all the way to phase 3 and across the finish line. That's how you basically get through unscathed, obviously, and the ticker holds its value. If you have any setback, even though it's just minor in the fact that, hey, we thought we had a really good thing going here in terms of the dosing, and it didn't work out, but we think with phase 2, they figured out that they can probably do something different. They got to go back. Even though they ultimately correct the problem, it's the share price almost never recovers to the levels prior, because obviously it costs some money, set them back time-wise, but still, you want to have wins all the way through. Harp really hasn't had too many wins all the way through, and that's why I believe the share price looks like this. But this could be a chance for at least some recovery. We could possibly get the sucker back up into a normal trading range. We'll get into the valuations later on, and then we'll talk a little bit more about the game plans towards the end of the video. Sorry, I haven't even gotten into the data. Let's go to that. So Harpoon Therapeutics presents updated interim results at ASH. So it's not all brand new information. It's updated, but this is what we needed to see. This is what we kind of been circling, keep an eye on. This is the dose, so wide range doses. You can see, that is a big, for what I would suspect a wide range, from 2.15 to 24 megs. So heavily pretreated, so relapsed refractory multiple myeloma. So these people have failed previous lines. So we are seeing an objective response rate of 77%, so 10 out of 13 patients in the highest dose cohort. So that's obviously what they're going to be moving forward. Who knows, 12 and 24. I'm assuming the 24 is what really got the best results. Now, when you go to the upper end range, what does that tell you? You know, are we going to have any issues? But looks like things were generally well tolerated, with a low incidence of cytokine release syndrome, low grade CRS 29% at the highest step dose. Regimens 95% occurred following the first or second dose. No grade 3 or higher. That's big. Grade 3 is like, you got to stop. This is not good. Responses were durable. Many patients treatment longer than a year. So it's working long term. That's good. And if it's long term, now is it repeatable? Can we do this multiple times? Let's see. But we're getting 77% of the people, and we're getting low grade CRS. Beautiful. So maybe there's more to come. This is what we're probably going to hear about today. Is we knew this was working. We knew that they needed to figure out the does it work? How can we push the upper end in terms of the dosing and the schedule? But if we do, how bad will it get? We haven't got grade 3s. Can we push it a little bit more? Who knows? So, I'm doing a video now. I'm not going to have time to do a video this afternoon. I got some things I got to get done, but 4:30 Eastern Standard Time. So these are novel T-cell engagers. So looks like the T-cells are staying with those cancer cells for longer than a year. Who knows, but it's working for longer than a year. It's helping people. It's great. Good. So it's working. Very nice. That's interesting. So it's working hard. Oh, this might be interesting. The encouraging initial clinical activity with deepening and durable responses observed in patients who have received multiple prior lines of therapy, combined with a generally well-tolerated safety profile, suggests the investigational T-cell engager HPM217 may offer meaningful clinical benefits for patients with relapsed refractory multiple myeloma. Okay, so that's the guy who's running the study. That's probably the big thing, which is this is validating the platform. It does work. This does have prospects of going forward. And keep in mind, right? These are people who failed other. Now, that doesn't mean they didn't have, objective response. They didn't respond to prior. It's just they've eventually had refractory. It's come back. That doesn't mean that won't happen here. But if this is a tool in the toolbox and it works, doesn't kill, fine. Maybe this is something that just, you keep with it. Ultimately, it will get you across the finish line. Oh yeah, here it is. AbbVie announced the licensing agreement option to advance and expand existing. So maybe we have. Now that's big. right? Maybe this is the big thing that we need to think about, which is we get through this. AbbVie might be licensing 217. It's got fast track. So that's the big thing now is what do we do? What we're looking for. So if we want to highlight or write down a list of things that we need to see in this upcoming conference call. One, what's the timelines and on completions, and what are you going to be doing about the dosing? Discussions with the FDA, and then anybody been talking to AbbVie? Are they going to be doing, or what are we doing here? Are they going to be licensing this sucker? If I'm AbbVie, I'm looking at it. Let's actually go to that. I had that up a minute ago here. I know Roche. Yeah, Roche has this one, but maybe somebody wants to take a look at this sucker. I mean, we got them. They're in the Pro Tritac. I know that. These guys are just getting started. There's other platforms out there that are kind of working like this, but maybe I'm unaware of some privates. I might have to dig into it, but gotta be bullish here. Yep. Need more lines of therapy. We got to get moving on this stuff. So here's the people that we're looking at. So these people have been on it for a long time, and look at all the stuff that they've been on. Even somebody with a CAR T. Still no grade 3s. So we got some better numbers, but this is good. All right, so this hasn't been updated. This is from, I think, last month. So these are all improvements. Way to go. Now, the response is, I think it's 50% what we're seeing in the share price. 50% of, hey, things look good and we're moving. But nice solid spike with the volume. Come on, baby. Let's get some sell one. Let's book some profits today. I have it in there. It's happening. It's going to have a tough time holding above 280. I should probably book some profit, but I'm okay with again, this could be once in probably 6 months opportunity, but I feel like the bottom's in on this. I hate that, that always comes back to nail people, but if I can book some profits, great. Beautiful. If I don't, this sort of level of volume spike, I have to imagine. We've had a few days of run up, and now we're seeing massive volume. Program updates, they got something they have all the way to the end of the day. So we might see a nice solid spike, a fade before the close, and then maybe if they just mention anything about AbbVie saying, hey, let's do this, you're going to see probably another solid spike. So we should have our sell targets set in there. And the whole goal is to get to that house money position, meaning that the rest of the money that's on the table is nothing but profit. We have taken our original investment plus some, right, even some profit, off the table, meaning this sucker could go all the way to zero, and the only thing we lost was a little bit of profit. And if it goes all the way to $1 million, great. Maybe we missed out on, obviously maybe we did miss out on taking the full pie there, but too many times, who knows, the market could roll over or interest rates go up 1,000,000,000% next week, and anything that's not profitable is going to get crushed. And even if they're doing well, there's a good fundamental update here, things are looking great, Harpoon's going to definitely get punished for just being in the same category as speculative small cap healthcare tickers. Those guys just constantly get crushed, especially biotechs, which technically this is. So, well, in reality it is. So you gotta take your profits when you can, but also stick to your game plan too. Don't want to get emotional. This has room to get up there. So let's go to valuations. This is turning into a much longer video, of course, as is expected, because that's how I run. That's definitely changed right now. Actually, let's go all the way back. I have too many programs running right now. My computer's actually running slow. Let's take a look at market cap. I don't think this is updated, but market cap's 38 mil according to this. Well, it's under 100 mil, right? Maybe it's 50, 60 right now. Negative enterprise value, if that is accurate, so it's probably above. So meaning that, hey, these guys got cash. I know they have, let's see, a little bit of debt. So right now their market cap's trading under their value, their cash value. And it looks like things are going forward. Kind of like you're a fool if you were not. Now, I'll say this. I'm a little bit of a fool. I said there's people reaching out, what should we do about Harp going into Ash? And I was like, I was fully expecting a spike, even close to $2, and then just a solid snap reversion of just the amount of people that were just willing to book profits and then be made whole. So, but perhaps that update video has got people, or update video, the corporate update this afternoon might have a lot more people involved here because they expect it to be hopefully some news involved. So let's go to earnings estimates. I like looking at these because they're actually, in my experience, quite accurate because they know the milestones, they anticipate it. So interesting. Yeah, I was going to say, I think 2026 might be when these guys can actually get something across the finish line. They're fast-tracked. It's going to take a couple years to get through that. We'll see. Maybe it is going to be 2027. But these numbers, I have to. I mean, if this is really working that well, I mean, there's obviously other competition in the works right now, and we got to see. Once you get to phase 2, you start getting all the really great secondary endpoints and all the stuff you really want to see. If we'll get through the FDA through the primaries, and secondaries will be strong, but the secondaries are where, and the safety profiles is where you're going to be seeing is it going to be competitive, right? Because you're going to get not that the things past primary endpoints and some outproduce others, but it's the secondary endpoints, which is where, hey, we're pretty close or in the same realm as this other guy, this other oncology agent, but where we set ourselves apart is this, whatever the endpoint that they're going to want to point to. Hopefully, I think the big thing here is cell therapies, which this is not really. I mean, it's working. It's immunotherapy, but the big cell therapies like T-cell, CAR-Ts, and I don't know about the NK cells, but most of those big high-end, big price tag therapies right now, which is this kind of working with, and even with checkpoints and other immunotherapies, is the duration. If this can hold up for months and months and months, and it does not require massive amount of hospitalization and pre-treatments, and it's just solid infusions, steady infusions here and there, whatever it is, and it can be done over years and years and years, and it keeps people alive, great. We don't know if these CAR-Ts can be done over and over and over. Or if these NK cells, we don't know. So if these are really that powerful and they can be done over and over again, and the safety profile is great, watch out. Yeah, that has not been updated, so we'll see what it comes out to be soon. I'll take a look at noon. I'll put it in the chat for you guys. I hate to say, but I feel like this was known. All these things were kind of known. I don't know. Solid work here, though. Love it. Come on, baby. Let's get to 3. So plan going forward. Let's get that cell threshold. Come on. 320. 3. You know what? I probably should, consider booking some profit here, but we might run into the end here. Ooh, how's AFMD doing? Oh, might have to buy that. What's with you? Did you have bad data at Ash? You did. Anyway, I'm getting off my... They're going to keep it below that 200-day EMA. 280, 200-day EMA, it's going to be rough. Getting close to 3. Maybe. I don't want to book profits. You know what? I'm going to stick to my guns. Stick to the game plan. Alright, that'll be it. The volume's going to dry up a little bit probably by noon. And then really around 2, 3 o'clock is where it might get interesting again. I'm not really sure if we're going to see a solid spike above 320 to book a profit, but If they mention that the partnership's happening or whatever, after hours could be a really good chance to book some profits, maybe above sell 1 or sell 2. All right. Let's end it there. Good luck. Make sure you have your, at least some of your sell targets in there. Orders filled out, pending. And I'll be in the chat discussing later. All right. Good luck.